not facts nor science, nor physics' mighty lore, nor any maths that dared suggest a planet with a core. No formulas or measurements could ever make him sway. He wasn't scared of evidence. Brave flat earther. Oakley wasn't frightened of peer review or tests, nor star trail curves or orbital paths that rarely take a rest, of photos from the ISS or ships that dip away, or laser lines that bend with Earth. Brave flat earther. Flatzoid wasn't worried by perspectives, wicked schemes, nor David Kane by flight paths crossing continents and streams. Iron Dork feared nothing, not a diagram nor why, and JJ boldly claimed he'd win, then bravely didn't try. But when a simple question came, show your model, just explain, they heroically declared, good sirs, we must depart again. For when a pesky fact appeared, they boldly ran away, and live streams wrapped up suddenly. Brave flat earther, brave flat earther ran away. No, we didn't! Bravely ran away, away. Not true at all! When logic reared its ugly head, they bravely turned their tails and fled. Fake news! Yes, brave flat earthers turned about. We never! And gallantly they chickened out. Bravely taking, we never did. To their feet they beat a very brave retreat. Debate dodgers? Lies! Bravest of the brave flat earther. We never.
Welcome everybody to Tuesday night on a Saturday, a special edition. Turns out that there was a ruling in a particular case, and I thought, you know what? I just had to share this. I got some information from two different people. Somebody emailed it to me, asked not to be mentioned, and then there we go. And then I don't know. Does everybody want to be mentioned? Let me know. Let me know. Other person who sent it to me on Discord there, if you're okay with it. Anyway, we're gonna go over it. I'm gonna call Mikey. We're gonna see if he answers. I messaged him. I told him I hope he's well. I didn't say anything about the particulars of the case that I like, you know, like the stuff is in or anything. But anyway, this is super important though. Courts do not rule on the shape of the earth. They do not have opinions on the shape of the earth. There is no court system on the globe that is in a position to figure out the shape of the earth. That's not what courts do. They interpret laws. That's what they do. They apply them, things like that. When it's said that flat Earth lost in court, of course, it has just as much bearing on the shape of the Earth as when the flat Earthers talked about the other court case, which certainly did not even go very far either in any part of examining the shape of the Earth. The one from a few years ago. What's his name? The guy's in a wheelchair. Whatever it is, he put up a fake challenge, but the person who responded to the challenge did a terrible job responding to it, and he's since pulled down his challenge. I think it was $10,000 challenge. I would definitely love it if he were to put his challenge back up. Why can't it? He was good buddies with Rob Skiba. Anyway. No. Bendale Vlogs 33 does get timed out. That's what he's here for. If I could pay him to come here just to get timed out, you know, that'd be just as fun, but I don't have to pay him. So what did he say here? Oh, he's so precious. Biggest snow. Yours was not a big stream. My goodness, he just loves thinking that when he was on, there are a lot of people watching. No, he's a joke. Anyway, so here's what we got. I've got three documents. This is the original filing from Mikey. Now this is all public. Yes, Jim Daniels, it was the case that happened in Georgia. This is all public information. All you need to do is file with the Canadian court system. Hey, I'd like to have this, and they'll send it to you. So there's nothing here that's being shared that wasn't published publicly within the legal system of Canada, and anybody who wants it can go get it. So anyway, this is, I think, essentially what he filed. Here, I'm not going to go over it too much. I, Mike Allen, am stating that Canadian Space Agency is committing fraud, knowingly publishing false data, results, and or claims breach of duty. CSA has failed its obligation to act honestly and transparently with my taxes. So a few things. I mean, the grammar's a bit shaky. Like he put a new line after fraud and capitalized knowingly, but no space, no full stop. Why? I don't know. Is it supposed to be a new sentence? I don't know. But Mikey also doesn't pay taxes to my knowledge. I mean, maybe he did before, but to my knowledge, he's not currently employed. So anyway, so, this is one. It's just not indented. It's not Mike. It's Allen. It's one Mike Allen. Okay. Misuse of public funds. Normally spend. There are ways to help you get better at grammar. Like you could just pop it into a LLM and say, fix my grammar. But no. Misuse of public funds. Normally spend money on projects they knew were not real, viable, or represented. I am looking for real facts and proof that space is real, and they will have no concrete facts on their claim. And so this is interesting. Like when you're, I'm not super up on law, and now, we'll open to a panel after Mikey. If anybody is good at law, specifically Canadian law, if you wanted to come in, that will be an opportunity. But in the law, when you're doing a civil case like this, you're the plaintiff. Mikey's the plaintiff, and the defendant would be the Canadian Space Agency. The plaintiff needs to. He has the burden of evidence here in this case to show that some malfeasance has happened, some fraud has happened, and just say, I am looking for real facts and proof that space is real, and they will have no concrete facts on their claim. That's not actually right. That you need to substantiate this, and he's not, and so I mean, this isn't a surprise. What happened? He didn't construct a very good legal argument here. The plaintiff brings this action against the CSA publication and the promotion of fabricated or misleading information regarding its programs and missions. Okay. Facts and all material times the CSA was entrusted with the public funds and responsibility for accurately reporting scientific technological advancements. The dog's trying to get in here. The CSA knowingly misrepresented facts and outcomes of certain projects, including, e.g., images are fabricated or altered showing manipulation. Oh my goodness. Grammar, it's free. It really isn't difficult to get good grammar. Like, hold on. The dogs. The dogs. Hold on. There we go. This can be very easily be seen in image analysis online or computer software showing manipulation. And of course, this would be what he needs to do. the burden would be on him to do this. You can't just say it can be very easily be seen. It can be very easily be seen. You actually have to somehow, I don't know, maybe in filing this you wouldn't have to, but anyway. And then, so this was all the same indentation, and now it's all centered. Oh, Mikey. Anyway, I'm not going to go through more of this. This is on the Flurf wiki, flurf.info, and then search for Mikey Smith. You can download this. It's right on there. And oh, by the way, so I added, let me say, I added a SME, or, you know, a subject matter expert tag on the info box on the Flurf wiki. That would be, or it just says adopted by. So if somebody has done a lot of work on a particular Flurf wiki page, then they can just say adopted by, put their name there, or somebody else can do it if they want, like, to say, you know, you've done a lot of work here, and kind of, you know, like updating it and being the one who's kind of responsible for it. So I had looked at the one for Mikey Smith, and Globes Galore, a little bit of a James Bond reminiscent name. Anyway, Globes Galore has done a lot of the editing on the Mikey Smith page. I'm like, hey, Globes. Contacted them and said, hey, would you like to be the SME, the adoptee for Mikey Smith? And they're like, yeah. So anyway, Globes Galore has that updated. And then if you look at Flatzoids, you'll notice that there's tons and tons of work done by Gowden's Raber. So I noted that on there. So if you want to adopt a Flurf on the Flurf wiki, you can. If there's some Flurf that you're like, you know what, I just follow them, everything they do. And I know a couple of you, Arwen, follow Arwen. Can't get enough Arwen time, you know, go in there, update it. Anyway, okay, little aside. So that's his filing. This is then the response from, this is the motion of the defendant. It's a motion to strike. This was, there's a date on here, like a week ago. Yeah, October 29. So about a month ago, October 29. This was filed, motion to strike. So Mikey apparently had specifically named Lisa Campbell as the defendant instead of the Canadian Space Agency. So Lisa Campbell's the president of the space agency. And I think the idea is they want it to be, please had dark mode. No, it's a PDF. I don't know if there's a dark mode on this PDF. The stare. Anyway, so this is the motion here to motion to strike. So this is then the motion is for an order pursuant to the rules and alternative. Let's see, a little bit of boilerplate. It looks like costs of this motion in the amount of $1,260. That'd be Canadian dollars. So there is a cost to this that they have calculated. So let's see. I'll go over this again here. The motion is for an order pursuant to this Rule 221, striking out the statement of claim, striking Mikey's claim filed October 6th in its entirety without leave to amend the claim. Without leave to amend, so wouldn't be something that he could come back and amend. In the alternative, like so, or amending the style of cause in the action to properly name the defendant, this Canadian Space Agency. So if they're not going to, if the judge doesn't strike it out, then at least update the defendant to the Canadian Space Agency instead of Lisa, and then or pursuant to Rule 8, extend the time periods that may pertain, including time period for filing of them. So they want more time. So those are the those there. Also asking for the cost to be $1,260 and such further reliefs that the court may deem appropriate. So it's plain and obvious that the claim discloses no responsible cause of action against the defendant and has no reasonable prospect of success. So the defendant is saying here, you don't stand a chance. It's very obvious. The defects in the claim cannot be cured by way of amendment. So saying, Mike, you can't fix it just by amending it. He can't come back and tweak something. The whole thing has to be thrown out. Couple different sections and citations that I'm not familiar with. Such further and other grounds as counsel may advise. The following documentary evidence will be used in support of this. There you go. The statement of claim filed October 6th. So that's the one Mikey filed. Such further and other evidence as counsel may advise. So, and then signed Department of Justice, Megan Riley. Then what they do is they provide a thing that the judge can sign. So the judge can be like, you know what, I take everything you say, I'll just sign it and don't do anything else. So anyway, the plaintiff's claim should be struck. The plaintiff has not pled any facts alleging that any servant, agent, or employee of the CSA has done anything tortious or otherwise. Accordingly, no cause of action exists. They're saying there's nothing that the Canadian Space Agency has done that's wrong. The plaintiff's claim is based on the premise that space is not real and that the CSA writ large has been fraudulently asserting that space is real by fabricating photographs and videos and altering images. Aside from these broad assertions and rhetoric challenging the CSA to prove space is real, there's no specific allegations in the claim and there are no material facts pled to support any cause of action. The claim should therefore be struck without leave to amend pursuant to federal court rules. The rules. So, in his claim, the plaintiff alleges that space is not real and challenges them to prove it's real. The plaintiff is asking for Canadian Space Agency, what direct evidence do you have that space exists beyond Earth's atmosphere? He's asking, what evidence do you have? He has the burden of proof, not them. Of course, it's been proven. But the plaintiff asserts that this question as to the existence of space has caused him anxiety. Okay, so here's where he's trying to make it personal to somehow bring it so that he can get paid. He wants to get $80 million is what he's trying to get from this. And it's because of this. This is how he's tying to the $80 million. He seeks a variety of remedies, including an interview with an astronaut, an audit of CSA images by independent investigators, and $80 million in damages. Oh my gosh. Canada says, strike without leave to amend. Does the claim disclose a reasonable cause of action? No. Canada states that it is plain and obvious that the claim discloses no cause of action. So, okay. Let me show you I'll jump ahead here. This is the part where they're like, here is the order, Judge. You can just sign this right here. Just there you go. Just sign that, and if you want, here's what we propose you sign. Upon the defendant's motion, order to strike the claim without leave to amend, and upon considering the notice of motion and supporting documents filed within, pursuant to this rule, struck out entirety, and charge Mikey Smith $1,260. And then this would be where this judge would sign it. The judge did not sign this one. The judge signed this one. This is the one that the judge did sign. So this is the thing that just came in 2025, 11/24. It came in, it was signed that day, and it took a couple days for the people to get it picked up. and scanned and sent in. So here it is. This is the order to strike right here. This is the judge saying, no, Mikey Smith, you don't get to cause claim damages because space is real. Whereas the Attorney General of Canada, on behalf of the Canadian Space Agency, makes a motion in writing pursuant to rules this of the federal court rules for an order striking the statement of claim without leave to amend and dismissing the action with costs he pays. Alternatively, if the court is of the view that the action should proceed, the CSA asks for an order amending the name to be the proper name. So this is what the judge is signing, right? And whereas the CSA submits its plan, it's obvious the statement of claim discloses no reasonable cause of action should be struck, arguing that. So these are, again, the arguments that I just went over. And then, and whereas the CSA submits the statement of claim discloses no scintilla of a cause of action, the statement of claim is so defective that it cannot be cured by amendment and should be struck without leave to amend. And whereas the plaintiff did not file responding motion materials, so maybe he didn't file something in a motion that he could have, he missed it, I don't know. And whereas key legal principles applicable to the motion to strike a pleading without leave to amend are, there's a high threshold to strike a claim and dismiss an action under Rule 221. Assuming the facts pleaded can be proved, it must be plain and obvious that the claim discloses no reasonable cause of action. So they're saying it's got a high threshold to do this type of strike. It must be plain and obvious that the claim discloses no reasonable cause of action. And the allegations in the statement of claim are presumed true, but the presumption does not apply to the allegations that are based on assumptions and speculation. Conclusory statements or bald assertions do not establish a reasonable cause of action. So yeah, he's made many assertions, but making those assertions is not a cause of action. You know, we're familiar with this. This is what flat earthers do. They make a claim. They know they can't back it up. A pleading may be struck without leave to amend when its factual deficiency are so extensive that an amendment could not cure them. That is, when the pleading shows no scintilla of a cause of action. And whereas, having considered the CSA's submission, I find the statements of claim should be struck without leave to amend for sustainability are substantially the reasons set out in CSA's motions material. And in particular, is plain and obvious, the statement of claim discloses no reasonable cause of action. It contains bare and conclusory statements that cannot be presumed to be true, and it does not plead material facts to support a cause of action that could give rise to the CSA's liability. And the statement of claim is so deficient that an amendment would not cure the deficiency. You can't fix it by changing it. And whereas the CSA requests $12.60 in costs, which represents a cost award calculated in accordance with something there, right? And whereas the costs are in full discretion of the court, governed by rules 400, 422, 400, whatever, right? The court may consider it's exercising its discretion, and whereas having considered the rules and applicable costs in the exercise of my discretion, based on my review of this matter, I find the CSA should be awarded as a successful party that $700 represents a reasonable and appropriate cost for the motion. The court orders that the statement of claim is struck without leave to amend and costs payable by the plaintiff to the CSA fixed at $700. Christine M. Pilata, Judge. And there you have it. It's been struck. It's done. Mikey Smith cannot even amend it. And if you want, you can go to the Flurf Wiki right now, flurf.info, search for Mikey Smith, and right here is the order that I just read. The other two are here as well. So everybody, you can go get it. It's nice and easy to find. You don't have to hunt for it. Just go to Flurf Wiki and search for Mikey Smith. Now, I want to ask, be nice to Mikey, okay? Don't go after him. He's not Oakley, right? He's not QE. He's He's got his flaws, for sure. But don't be rude to him, please. He's not that kind of guy. Like, right? He's got issues. Doesn't know how to behave around females. But I will play that. I will play the SpaghettiO song for the outro. But I said I'm going to give him a call here. So, all right, hold on. I gotta change directory here. Here it comes. Right here. There we go. All right. Had to get my thing running. I mean, Mikey's a jerk. But he's a different kind of. I'm saying, don't be too rude to him. I got a soft spot. For Mikey. Anyway, what are we gonna do right now? We're gonna phone a flirt.
What time is it? It's time to phone a flirt.
Right, it's phone a flirt time. Calling Mikey right now.
Hey, it's Mike. Leave it after the beep, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Bye-bye.
After leaving a message, you can hang up or press pound for more options.
Mikey! Oh, man. I think your phone's off. Anyway, I heard the news, bad news about the court, your claim against the CSA. I mean, it's bad news for you, but I mean, we all knew this was going to happen. So anyway, I hope you're well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Get the blood flowing in your feetsies, because you don't want to lose them. Anyway, Mikey, love you. Bye. All right. So this is important. This does not determine the shape of the Earth. The Earth has been known to be a globe for 2,500 years. But when flirts are like, oh, Flat Earth won in court. Well, Flat Earth lost in court. Does that change the shape of the Earth? It doesn't. Flat Earth lost. And again, this isn't even, right? It was poorly constructed, right? It was so bad. So such a bad construction of the documents, of the filing. So, but what I'm gonna do, I'm going to open it up to Zoom here. I'm gonna grab a Zoom link, and anybody, if you want to come in and discuss this, I particularly like if people have some knowledge of the topic. Not that you're a lawyer necessarily, but if you have some kind of background in it. Let's see. No, I don't want that. There we go. All right. Zoom's got new features. All right. There it is. There's the link. So if you are somehow have background in the topic, hi Donkey. What's going on? Hi Donkey. They can see your tail wagging. Yeah. I don't know if you can see his tail wagging, I guess. I was assuming. All right. Here we go. We got one coming in already. All right. All right. They can hear you if you talk now.
Mike?
Yes.
Well, I figured I'd buzz in since I'm a lawyer,
Yeah.
or a retired lawyer anyway. So if you have any questions, I didn't practice in Canada though, but looking at the judge's order, it looks like it's pretty much the same as here.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take a lawyer probably to understand that struck without option to amend means like you're done. And
Yeah, here we would say it's dismissed with prejudice.
yeah.
So I'm surprised that the judge only sanctioned him $700.
Well, I wonder if the judge got a little background on Mikey, right?
Could be.
Obviously, reading what he wrote, you know, he's not all there, right? By just reading.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe they're like, go soft on him.
Could be. I mean, I think they were looking for at least $1,200. So that's usually the judge would give them what they're looking for, considering what the judge wrote in the opinion. I mean, the judge was. I mean, I've seen judges write not being as nice as this judge was in their language and frivolous lawsuits like that one was.
Yeah. Well, it's all of a couple $100 to the CSA. It's not really. Yeah.
No, but they don't want to deal with this crap.
No, and my guess is so if he wanted to do something, he could file again a new one, right? Nothing would stop. But probably if he did, they wouldn't go so soft on the
no, he would be hammered.
Yeah.
He would get hammered if he files another one like that. Because the judges, I don't know what it's like in Canada. I can only judge what it's like here. And the judges are busy. And they don't have time for bullshit.
Yeah.
And his lawsuit was, as frivolous as they come.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the most I've seen some frivolous lawsuits in my time, and I've had to defend a few of them, but not like this one. This one was so so ridiculous. It was comical.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for him. He seems like he's a nut job, but he doesn't have he's not a nasty guy.
No, yeah, not like some flatties.
Yeah,
can
like
be.
like Nathan Oakley and all these people.
Yeah. So we got Astrocate joining as well.
I am here. So I don't have a law degree, but I do have ChatGPT. So I was able to ask it a bunch of questions about Canadian law, and I read all the paperwork, and this case is absolutely hilarious. So Mikey, he said he had a lawyer, and I do not believe him. One, the grammar. It's just atrocious. But also, if you look at the argument, it is so bad. Even if Mikey were to prove his case, if he were to say, you know what, space is fake, Canadian Space Agency has been faking it the whole time, he still wouldn't be liable to receive any amount of money.
Yeah.
It is not illegal for a Canadian agency to lie about space. And in order for him specifically to be, have this lawsuit against the Canadian Space Agency, he would have to show that when the Canadian Space Agency was founded in 1990, they specifically set out to fake space to annoy Mikey.
Well, he was alive then, so I think that maybe they'd be like, oh yeah, that teenager there, let's annoy him.
Yes. So it's dead in the water any way you look at it. And the thing is the Canadian Space Agency has a charter. There's the Canadian Space Agency Act. You can go read it. And Mikey could have said, they're in breach of their contract to the Canadian people. Now, Mikey should not have been the one to bring this up, but whatever. There could have been an argument there, but his argument was so bad There was just no legal way for him to do anything, and $80 million.
Well, even that's 1,200 Canadian, U.S.
1,200 you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so I don't know why he thinks he's entitled to $80 million. That he is right now on YouTube begging for gas money so that he can go to the Canadian Space Agency. He has not paid $80 million in taxes to the Canadian Space Agency in his life.
Well,
however, he now has the opportunity to give them $700 directly. So thank you, Mikey. I'm sure they will use that to build the next arm.
The next Canada arm.
The next Canada arm, yes.
So this morning I was, yesterday evening and this morning I was doing Lego with my kid, because they're here for Thanksgiving. And I pulled out the Space Shuttle Discovery Lego set that I've been sitting on for a while. So we did a good chunk of that. I built Canadarm. Is that how to say it? This morning.
Good for you. Good for you.
It wasn't quite as detailed.
Oh, well, can't win them all.
Yeah. I do have, all right, if anybody else, I mean, I got a lawyer and I got somebody that's pretending to be a lawyer on TV. If you want to have something to say, so Mikey should bring 700 in pennies. They don't have pennies in Canada anymore. I think the smallest is a nickel now.
Well, I hope he doesn't default on the judgment.
Oh,
I hate to see them.
There's no
I hate to see
chance. There's no chance he's going to do anything.
Maybe we can. Maybe you could do a GoFundMe for Mikey. Pay it off for him.
No, he needs to suffer the consequences, I think.
Yeah,
they can get nasty if he doesn't pay. So
can they garnish? Can they garnish his wages?
They can. Yes, they can.
But what if he only gets money from the government?
Then they'll take it out of the whatever money he gets from the government.
So they just reduce how much they send him.
Yes, until it's paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not gonna get any better for him. So he might as well just pay it off, or work a deal out where it's okay. Take so much out every month from whatever I get from the government until it's paid off.
Yeah.
So
and I think Caitlin, did you ask, is his channel monetized? So I don't know if his channel's monetized. Maybe it is, or does he do like Patreon or things like that? Like there's ways there.
Yeah, Mikey did at one point have a GoFundMe. I don't know where that is. He put out a video, like a little short, a few days ago, asking for money to go to the Canadian Space Agency. However, he forgot to put in the mechanism that people could give him money. So he forgot a GoFundMe or anything. He's just like, give me money. It's like,
sure.
I don't know. Okay.
How do we do that?
So yeah, there's no mechanism for that right now. He did in the past. I assume he will again in the future. But yeah, one of the things that I'm very worried about is that I was on a live stream when all this came down, and I asked Mikey about it in the live stream, and I said, Mikey, I'm sorry you lost your case. Do you have anything to say? And the rest of and other people in the chat were asking the same thing, and he deleted all the messages in the chat and called us the R word. And so far that has been his response to all this, unfortunately. So
yeah, that's not it's denial, I think, is what it is. Because I'd asked him a while ago, what's the status? He's like, oh, I have to send something back. Like, so saying he needs to amend it, but it can't be amended.
Well, when you don't submit your reply brief, in response to the motion, whatever the motion was to dismiss.
Oh, so the Attorney General filed a motion and Mikey did not respond to that.
Yes, that's how I read it. Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
So,
But with all this, yeah, go on.
no lawyer is going to. I mean, the lawyer probably couldn't wait to get Mikey out of his office.
Well, it was a pro bono lawyer.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, they still don't want to deal with bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you can get in
So-
trouble if you do stupid stuff as a lawyer, right?
Yeah. Even in Philadelphia, you get in trouble.
Yeah, so now I'm worried with the denial. Mikey will attempt to appeal the case, and that will make things a lot worse. So in order to do an appeal, and obviously I'm not the lawyer, I just pretend to be one, you would have to show what the court essentially did wrong. Mikey is absolutely not equipped to do that.
No.
As far as I can tell, the court didn't do anything wrong. And they would fine him a ton more.
Yeah, they'd have to show that he'd have to make an allegation that the trial court abused its discretion, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not happening.
Nope.
And so, as I understand it, the pro bono lawyer helped him to know how to do the filing. Like, they didn't write it for him. They just said, here's the forms, here's how you do it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
whatever would be the next step to ignore the, you can't amend, right? Whatever that would be, like, he wouldn't even know how to do that next part if right. And if the lawyer reads that and says without the, you can't amend, they're not going to help him.
No,
Right.
The judge made it pretty clear, as clear as they can, not to do anything else to
Yeah.
Mikey. I mean, it's like that's a clear warning shot to Mikey. Do not just go away.
I don't think he's going to get that.
The
Well,
appellate court's going to hammer him. I mean, if he's listening to this, I would strongly recommend that he not file an appeal.
well, yeah, the appellate court would be the next level if you would do an
Yes.
appeal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like watching the sovereign citizen
Oh God.
videos. Are kind of fun, but I like it when they're like, well, I'm going to appeal this. Judge is like, you couldn't go right ahead and appeal it, especially if it's monetary, and then every once in a while they'll say, well, here's how you appeal. You need to pay whatever it is that you were just assessed
Right.
in your appeal. When, like, that's not going to go anywhere. They don't have that money.
Well, usually they may have to post a bond, which is the amount plus 20%.
If it's a monetary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there you go.
So, yeah. So that's like if you owe $100, you have to post a bond for $120
I see.
to file an appeal.
Yeah, we had to do that on my case.
So yeah, Marcus Leach is joining us
Okay.
from
So,
Canada.
Yeah, from Canada, that's right. Going back to the government garnishing, it's unlikely that they would go after his disability because that's his only income source as far as I know. But he also has the YouTube channel, and they could go after that, no problem. But things like disability, they are statutorily prohibited from going after that stuff.
So as far as his YouTube channel goes, I don't think he makes much money for two reasons. One, sometimes he opens his email inbox on his stream. I've seen some of his emails, and a lot of them are, your video cannot be monetized. And indeed, I've never seen a ad on his videos. And he does not, believe it or not, get much in terms of super chats. Now, one time, somebody, me, offered Mikey like $80 to drop the case against the CSA because we all knew how this was going to end. So I was like, okay, Mikey, you can take a win here. So I actually offered him $80. He said, nope, not going to happen. I said, fine. Now he owes $700. So, okay, you could have been $70 richer.
plus
Mikey.
80 versus negative 700. Oh,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
a good one.
But I've never seen anyone give more than like $10 to Mikey on a stream. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
He doesn't
very
have followers even. There's just a couple. right?
Yeah.
A flat earther has, there's stages to a flat earther. There's, there's when they're following, but then at some point, some flat earthers start to produce content, right? Like Mikey has. That's number 2. Number 3 then is when somebody can say their Papa Flurf is that Flurf. And I don't know if Mikey has that yet. I don't
He
know.
does. He absolutely does. He has
does.
DJ New Moon.
DJ
New Moon is he loves Mikey Smith. He thinks
Wow.
Mikey Smith is the greatest flat earther of all time. DJ New Moon is also a rival of Max. Hello, Max. And unlike Max, DJ New Moon does all his music using AI.
Yeah.
But he makes music videos about Mikey and about how like he's gonna destroy all the globe people out there. Like it's incredible.
Who has more followers, Mikey or Arwen?
Probably Arwen. It's probably Arwen. Like, who has more real flat Earth followers? That's the real question. You got DJ New Moon, who Max is in the live chat, says Max said DJ New Moon is a better DJ than Max. I don't know why Max said that, but that's weird.
I can't say I'm up on my DJ New Moon. Sorry.
So does Arwen have any actual followers? Are there any people who would say who you could say Arwen is their Papa Flurf? When because on the Flurf wiki there's a thing on the info box for Papa Flurf. Who would it be where if you filled out that info box you would type in there Arwen?
Boy, that whoever does is he or she is a sad case. Whoever has Arwen as their Papa Flurf. Holy mackerel.
Wait, doesn't Arwen? I'm sorry. I'm so bad with all these flat earthers. But doesn't Arwen have a crossbow on his wall?
Yes.
sure does look like he's got a crossbow on his. Somebody should ask him.
Oh my gosh.
So, Mike, he also has somebody that's got the picture of Sirius as their avatar. Is one of Mikey's fans. I don't know. So here's the thing. Globes galore. You should definitely create a page on Flurf Wiki for DJ New Moon, who Max has said is definitely a good DJ, and put in Papa Flurf, Mikey Smith.
If only we knew who Globes galore was.
If only we knew.
If only we knew. Yeah.
All right. Arwen has a bow, not a crossbow. He gets really upset when someone calls it a crossbow. I know. That's why it's so fun to call it a crossbow.
Well, Arwen strikes me as someone he's always pissed off about something.
Oh yeah, it's his shtick. Everybody's got to have a shtick. So somebody's asking, what is the Flurf Wiki? Robert, there you go. There's the Flurf Wiki. I wonder, does Arwen's page mention the crossbow? It doesn't. Oh, Arwen's page is very, very slight. There's not much to it at all. So, and I know there's a group of people that really do enjoy watching Arwen and follow him closely. And considering how much you've dedicated, how much you love following him, that page is sorely unupdated. But on the other hand,
I wonder if anyone in the chat who is a big fan of Arwen might want to become a subject matter expert.
I know. On
Arwen.
On the other hand, you've got Flatzoid here, who's got adopted by Gowden's Razor. Look at this. It just goes so much. This is just amazing. If you want to find out something that Flatzoid did, it's here. It's so much. You can spend just here's a challenge for you. Here's a challenge for you. Little trig. You got your angle there. You've got D. You've got H. What's the angle? Alpha measures an angle of 45. You really idiot. Hey, stop wasting our time. By the way, you don't know what it is. It's not specified. But it's certainly, if you're just going to look at the side, just measure the dots on the page there, it's not 45. But no, he
Is there a chapter in there for Fakatsoy's self-love or in there?
There may be for that. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see.
So for people that don't know, it's important to have a good, healthy body image. Flatzoid may have to work on that in the future. It is okay to be who you are. That's all I'll say about Flatzoid right now.
Nowhere in the Bible does it tell you that you have to publicly announce that. Yep, you don't have to say that publicly. Yep. Anyway, I'll leave that topic unbroached. This isn't that street.
Oh, well, between Fakatsoid and Santos, there's some real winners on the Flat Earth Society.
Yeah,
aren't there?
The flatty side. Yep.
I get concerned at guys like Mikey. If people bully Mikey, it may not end well for not just Mikey, but for other people.
Here's where it really, people really get hurt by Flat Earth. Mikey Smith now has a $700 bill that he wouldn't otherwise have because of Flat Earth, because some Flat Earther decided to go and lie to people so that they can make a little extra money. And then people with low IQ that are not smart, Mikey, not saying it to be mean, just there are people that aren't smart. And that's who buys into Flat Earth. And some of these people become victims. Mikey Smith is a victim here.
And then you add on top of that their delusional way of thinking and,
Well, any Flat Earther that might have had some sort of maybe redeeming value, like, say, Jaren, left after the final experiment.
Yes. Yeah, you look at, like, I've had some really good conversations with Robbie Davidson. Like, I didn't talk to him before. I didn't know much. He kicked me out of the conference, but it wasn't out of spite. He didn't really know who I was. But I've had some phone calls with him. Great guy. No wonder he got out. I haven't talked with Paul on the plane, but I did. I've had a few exchanges with Patricia Steer. Very nice lady. So yeah, I think the sensible ones have exited.
Yeah, and to circle back to Mikey, Mikey oftentimes comes across as a big child and sort of a lovable big child. But it's also important to remember that he has been credibly accused of touching a underage girl. And there are court documents showing that he sexually harassed his landlord and threatened her with going on YouTube, giving the landlord's address and saying she should be hit with a sledgehammer, I think were the words. So,
well, that's not good.
Yeah. Mikey has a dark side for sure. And this, I've been doing a little bit more sort of research for this Globes Galore person who we don't know who this is on who Mikey is, and he does have a storied history of very concerning behavior.
Yeah, and that that's why I say, he's got his issues, but still be nice.
I would say that his issues proceed directly from his learning disability and his other mental health issues, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's not like a normal person who, committed these heinous acts. Although obviously you'd have to argue that nobody who commits that kind of act is normal. But yeah, I think all of this proceeds from his undertreated mental health issues.
I agree, but to a counterpoint would be that there are a lot of people with mental health issues that treat other people with, dignity and respect.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. My own brother. I mean, he's got mental health issues, but he treats people well, and he's not a hazard to himself or society at large. Whereas I fear that Mikey is going to become a hazard to himself and the people around him.
Yeah, he's already become that, unfortunately. But in such a way that I feel like it's really easy for someone like him to slip through the cracks, because on the surface, he's, SpaghettiOs, it's like, I just want to give him a hug. And then you dig a little deeper and it's like, oh, there's a lot going on here that's not being treated. So.
And that's the challenge, it's expensive and against people's will to give them treatment if they don't want it. Decades ago in the US and probably, similarly around the world, the rules were changed. And if people are, essentially, I think, at some level, they're like, if they're not a danger to themselves or others, like, but what is a danger to themselves or others? Physical? There's so much more danger you can be to somebody than just physical. You can lead somebody into thinking the earth is flat. That's a harm to somebody.
Oh yeah, I mean this gets into the broader topic, social topic of this stuff is not harmless, right? This kind of misinformation is not harmless. And when I was growing up, and I'm in my 60s, there'd be Mikeys on street corners from time to time, right? And they would hand out pamphlets and maybe get a couple of people to sign up to their mailing list, which was a physical mailing list. You get a letter in the mail, once a month. And it really didn't self-support and propagate. But now, we have the internet, we have social networks, we have YouTube and TikTok and X and all of these things. The people who, previously would be dwellers of urine-soaked street corners now have followers. They have potentially thousands.
All of the street corner people are able to find each other now.
And there's synergies. There's synergies by that happening.
Yeah.
So I don't think any of this is harmless. I do think that it's a moral hazard to society at large.
And it becomes an echo chamber too. So if you're just on the street corner, handing out your pamphlets, you might have maybe one or two people you talk to about this. But when it becomes an echo chamber, it continually reinforces this. And you see this effect on a lot of the older generation who sort of fell into these rabbit holes, usually by accident. And it's really hard to pull them back to reality.
Yep.
All right. Thud 5423 says that he saw a Mikey Smith sob sit video but years ago, but can't find it now. So there's a little challenge to anybody. If you can find it, send it to me. It certainly should be up on the Flurf Wiki.
Yeah, so one of the things, I talked to Globes Galore. Globes Galore tells me that Mikey deletes a lot of his videos. So one of the things that Globes Galore is going to do is immediately record and save every video that Mikey puts out from now on for good measure. So if this happens again, Mikey deletes a video, we will have a copy.
Well, I don't know who this Globes Galore is, but he or she sounds like a wonderful person.
I will pass it along.
Appreciate that.
Let's see here. I got a few things from the crowd here. We got Tim Davis that says, so the people today that thinks the Schnazis are okay, do they root against Indiana Jones?
Probably.
Actually, so okay, this is actually not a hypothetical. So there was a new Indiana Jones game that came out. It was the Great Circle or something like that, where I don't know the plot, but essentially there was a video, a trailer of Indiana Jones, punching a Nazi as Indiana Jones does, and a bunch of the Twitter sphere, as you know, Twitter is right now, got really upset.
Oh God.
Anyway, so this would be a good time. When I saw that, I was like, I have to go back and play Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein. Oh.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Dial of Destiny.
That's the newest one?
Yeah.
I thought that was the movie.
That's the movie. Yeah. I don't video games.
Yeah. Great Circle. Actually, yeah, Great Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So I assume he's like following artifacts around a Great Circle on the globe.
Of course. Tim Davidson says, so the Canucks told Mikey to F himself.
Pretty much. In nice, polite legal language.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Jim Daniels says, it's Jack's brother, by the way, says, that case happened right here in Georgia. That was the one, the one that the Flatties like to claim about the Globe not losing in court, but it was thrown out. It got similarly to this one. It didn't get to trial or anything.
Wasn't that a contract claim?
It was a contract, yeah. So he had issued a $10,000 challenge to prove 8 inches per mile squared, and the guy claimed it and then took him to court when he didn't pay it. But all the guy did was actually, for his evidence, was a computer program. I don't know why he did that. What he should have done is gotten measurements with a theodolite showing 8 inches per mile squared, which is easy to do. In fact, I would just point to the one that Jesse Kozlowski already did. So, anyway, so I'd love it if he put his challenge back up, because I wouldn't mind, taking his money. Jack Fetter for $10 says, Globies galore. That one summer of band camp right after 8th grade, we all came back, and this one girl from another school had developed over the past year. Good times. Thank you, Jack Fetter. Thank you for that. Yep. Ross Allen says scintilla is a great word. Yes, without one scintilla of evidence.
Okay, so here's where I get to show my expertise with ChatGPT. So I saw the same thing. I saw scintilla, and I asked ChatGPT, "What does this mean?" It is an actual legal term.
Yes.
Yes, it means spark in Latin, and it refers to like a basic like evidence you would need to like show a case.
Yep.
I didn't know it was a legal term. That's cool.
Yep.
Pat,
also, oh, come on.
Pat in the chat says the CSA is obviously hiding the truth. All right, what were you saying, Kate?
Oh, I was going to say, let's see. We were talking about scintilla. There was another word in there called tortuous. Tortious. Yeah. My family is all lawyers, and I asked them about that word, and lawyers in the U.S., and they're like, that's a weird word to use.
Usually see it used in terms of torturous interference with a contract.
Okay.
In other words, you're getting involved in breaking up contractual obligations that other people have.
Got it.
Yeah, we should definitely consult Black's Law Dictionary for all of this.
I have one somewhere.
Just like the soft sets do.
I must say, Mike, you have the in your chats every time you're on, you have some of the wittiest people on YouTube in your chat. There's some really good stuff in there.
Oh yeah. Tort relates to contract law, and I thought it was a dessert. Now I'm hungry for some. I don't know.
I think the definition that we use up here is much broader. You can commit a tort without ever, having any kind of actual or implied contract.
No, a tort is, a tort means it's like, a tort is when you basically cause injury to someone else.
Right.
All right. So, negligence, recklessness, that kind of stuff. Like, someone trips and falls or an automobile accident, they're all torts.
Or you're a space agency and you lie to the public.
No, that's not a tort. That's a flight of fancy.
Well, all I know is that I now got a hankering for a raspberry tort. I made pumpkin pie on Thursday, by the way, and I did not use pumpkin from a can.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Old school.
Yep. You cut them in half, put them in the oven, and then you gotta put them in the food processor after that, and then yeah.
Well, I do the turkey for Thanksgiving for 10 people every year. I do my own turkey.
All right.
I mean, that's the one meal. That's the one meal every year that I actually cook.
One meal a year you cook?
One meal a year. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I do the whole thing. I buy all the stuff. I do all the mashed potatoes. I do the stuffing, the turkey.
Really?
All this, all this vegetables and whatnot. Yeah, I do all that myself.
All right.
One meal a year.
Do you do sweet potatoes?
It's my favorite meal of the year. So that's why I do it.
All right, sweet potatoes, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
With the brown sugar.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Nick N says Mikey probably gets upset whenever he sees the Canada arm too on the back of the Canadian $5 bill. Oh, if anybody needs to pay Mikey, be sure to pay him in fives with the backside up.
I'll have to look that one up. I don't think I've ever seen the Canadian $5 note.
Well, yeah. Next time we play Monopoly, I'll check. Pat the chat says for $2 says dismiss with prejudice equals bro. Just stop. Janusz Taka says thanks Mikey for sponsoring the CSA. The $5 will be put to good use. Mr. Unite for the chill win said Mikey will be fine. He still has his NASA lawsuit. Seriously, he says he's going to sue NASA next, because he'll have 80 million, of course. But now that he doesn't have that.
And he's not an American citizen. So how has he ever paid NASA a cent?
And that's, he doesn't currently pay taxes.
He has. I don't know if he's ever paid taxes.
He said that he used to be a long haul truck driver. So that, at that time he probably would have paid taxes, but since not doing that, which I don't know when. Oh, also he was an actor on that show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I did. He showed his headshot, didn't he? One time
he did. But
I need to find that.
I really need to find the.
What show is he an actor on?
Yeah, hold on. I'm looking it up. It was the TV show is coming up right now.
I think it was Corner Gas.
No, it wasn't Corner Gas. It's Crime Stories.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Crime Stories, and but I don't know if he was in it listed in IMDb. Here, I'll put the IMDb link there. And you got to search by his real name. It's not Mikey Smith.
Yeah, and just so people know, Mikey has posted his real name on his live stream.
Yeah.
So this is already well known.
I always thought his name was Mikey Smith. So.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it on there. So he's not even on the IMDb page. So
Yeah, so Big Fish makes a good point in the comments, and they say that we shouldn't forget that he's also suing the town of Assiniboia, which is true. Mikey has become a bit of a Karen.
well, yeah. Now that he's been taught how to sue people, it's like the floodgates are open. He's gonna get his crayons out, sharpen them up, and start filing lawsuits right and left.
And
I hope he doesn't file one against you, Mike.
That would be hilarious.
Negligent infliction of emotional distress.
So after Tuesday's live stream with Damascus Steel being chicken, he's been just going nuts in the comments. It's been amazing. He's like, you're deleting messages. Like, I have no time to troll you or to patrol anything. I don't delete message. I have no interest in deleting messages. What a waste of time. But all you got to do is sort by newest. I don't know why YouTube does that, but you sort by newest, and then it doesn't like try to figure out and just give you the most relevant. But so Damascus Steel has been saying that he's going to file suit against me. And my response is always the same. File the suit immediately. Here's my address. Go ahead. But nothing yet. Nothing.
They never do.
It's
I had a couple guys that were pissed off because I beat their asses in court, and they said they were going to sue me. And one guy said he was going to shoot me, and that was 30 years ago. I'm still here. So if he shot me, he missed.
Yep. Is Dimac here? Oh, he's so funny. Okay, we've got Jim Daniels says, we don't have pennies in the U.S. We have 1 cent. Pat in the chat says, an excerpt of Mikey's GoFundMe. Give me money, money me, money now. Me a money needing a lot now. That sounds right. Zebulon 181 says, let's call Mikey back. DJ new tune. So it went immediately to voicemail. So I'm guessing that he turned his phone off. Because
Mikey right now is in, as far as I can tell, complete denial over this whole situation. So next will be anger.
Okay.
That's the process of grieving. So
all right. Well, but he also, remember, he was complaining when Craig and I called him that, well, he posted the link to his live stream and we joined it. He had said, what am I supposed to do? Somebody's calling me 400 times a day. So there's somebody that lives near him that's calling him a lot.
400 times a day.
Well, he's exaggerating, but
well, one thing is for sure. He thinks very highly of himself.
He is the GOAT.
He is the greatest of all time, and everyone wants to interview him.
Yes. How do you know that he's the GOAT? Because he said it.
Self-appointed GOAT.
Yep.
The best kind. Was it the live stream where he quit and you and Craig were on there?
Yes. That was it. All right. I need to adjust my chat window here. All right. Hold on. I keep playing with a couple different ways to get the live chat to be visible here, you know. But anyway, there we go. Let's see here. We've got let's call him back. I can call him back. I'll call him back. I don't think he'll answer. He'll go right to voicemail because his phone's off.
Hey, it's Mike.
Yeah. Phone's off. So no luck there. Jim Daniels sent 10 MCToon Live gift memberships. Thank you so much for that. Witsit Spitsit is in the chat. Hey, Austin. Witsit Spitsit, how you doing? He says, bro, I'm legally adept if you need any expertise. Aw, of course he's...
Well, he's had enough experience in the courts, so over the years.
Yeah. Why are waterfalls the ocean? We need only a ocean falling vertically. Just imagine the person who wrote that then ended it by accusing other people of not being smart. The irony. Thank you, Dimac. You're hilarious. Icy Spin says other flurfs don't help Mikey and say Globers are evil. Yeah. Where's the other flatties helping Mikey? Apparently there was some falling out between Mikey and PJ Crookshank, right? And then there was some a falling out between PJ and PJ's girlfriend, Vicky, something like that. Like she then posted on her YouTube some things about PJ and a dog. Don't know. I haven't seen it. Screenshots have been requested and were said to be coming, but I haven't seen it. Don't know. But
well, he should get together with Santo Benucci.
Yes.
Yeah, they'd be quite a dangerous duo, those two.
Absolutely. Jim Daniels says Mikey's shuttle disaster denial and calls Judith Resnick at Yale triggers me way back. Yeah. And that again, right? So who else are victims? Judith Resnick is a victim because she gets harassed by jerks who want to accuse her of being somebody that died. Like somebody really died. You know, there's a funeral and somebody's, you know, without their wife, without their husbands. And flat earthers like, oh, it was all fake. Like, how stupid would you be? You changed their name. Number one, well, you changed their name.
These people are vile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of the times, well, not a lot of the times, at least in Mikey's case, I don't think he's trying to be that vile.
No, Mikey's just dumb.
Yeah, he does not realize that what he's doing is extremely hurtful.
Yeah.
And that makes it much more difficult to stop because you can't tell Mikey, cut it out. Because in Mikey's mind, I don't think he realizes just how painful what he's doing is.
No empathy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got the same name as Bubbles, doesn't he? Apparently neither of you are fans of the Trailer Park Boys.
Nope.
I don't even know what it is.
Oh my goodness. That's a great show. Let's see. Yes. Bubbles is a character on the show, and Bubbles' name on real name in real life is Mike Smith. Now Mikey Smith's real name is not Mikey Smith, but I think that's funny. Anyway, Smith, Bubbles recently got in trouble for sexual harassment.
Oh, how fitting.
Yeah.
It's also very important to note that the word, so Mikey's channel is horizontally opposed, apposed. Yeah. Apposing is not a real word, but we should make it a word. We should make it a word. We should figure out what it means to oppose a thing. Maybe make it really stupid. Like, we need a good definition of oppose.
There's a good thing to discuss on the Discord server, and I'm sure Globes Galore will
yes,
put it up on the Flurf wiki.
Thank God for Globes Galore.
Yeah. Slithery says beep boop. Thank you for that. Dr. Nimrod says hello everybody, and then something in another language. Hi a charde hedge Allahu Appa. I'm sorry. That
Didn't there used to be a
certainly
didn't there
wasn't
used to be didn't there used to be a burlesque or strip tease lady in the 70s named Globes Galore?
I don't know. I don't know. I know there's a James Bond character that had a similar name. Grug says, "Can I keep Cece? I need him for hair experiments." Yeah, definitely somebody needs to adopt Cece. I mean,
Cece's hair, I just have to say, it's just so amazing.
I think there should be a Flurf Wiki page just for Cece's hair.
Yes, I agree. So, a lot of people are saying like there's no redeeming qualities to a lot of these flat earthers. Just look at Cece.
Yeah,
He's got the best DA I've seen in a long time.
The best
what DA?
district attorney.
Duck's ass. The hairstyle.
Oh.
That's what we used to call him when I was a kid, but I'm older than you folks.
Oh,
So.
all right. Science Minded says Mikey's primary flaw is isolating himself from actual learning, thanks to blocking. So he only has his echo chamber. He needs an intervention, and he'll never get one. That's that's the problem. Cap Q says Fapzoid took post nut regret to a whole new level. It's usually just yikes. How drunk was I? I wonder if I can sneak out. Wait, this is my house. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. Yes, donkey. So the dogs were outside the door, scratching the door to come in, and now they're inside and they went out. Grass is always greener. Well, this is all I have for today. Mikey isn't joining. I actually texted him earlier today, saying that I was going to do this, but he didn't respond. So I don't think he's checking his phone.
So Greg has a question for me, which is, what are my thoughts on the C-Star S50? It is fine. So there's a couple things you can do with it to make it a bit of a better scope. I didn't realize this when I got it. So the C-Star S50 is sort of like this automated, sort of all-in-one telescope you can sort of carry around. And it doesn't necessarily take the best pics because it uses an elevation and azimuth type mount. So it only takes like 10-second shots at a time, stacks them. The sensor's not that good. But if you want a cheap entry point to astrophotography, it's great. But here's what I learned. You can hook it up to the local network and it will come up as an ASCOM device. So you can hook it up with something like nighttime imaging software like Nina. And you can then put the S50 onto an equatorial mount and have it in an equatorial mode and take much better pictures. So if you go the extra step with it, it can be a really fantastic little setup. But as a sort of default portable thing, you'll get some decent pictures. You'll get a nebula. It'll see a nebula. You can get some nice images of the moon, stuff like that. So. But I would recommend it if you want something portable or if you want to get started. It's a great first step.
I'll comment that it does equatorial mode itself now.
It does.
If you put it on a wedge, it'll basically, it uses the azimuth axis as the equatorial axis, as the polar axis, and they've made some improvements lately. We have one at the observatory that we loan out to people. And you get some pretty okay pictures, not award winning or anything, but it is great for people just getting into it. Like, they just want to please flew to M31 and grab some pictures, like it does that really well. So, and Eric Burns has one. I don't know if he's on the chat because I I dropped off of the YouTube channel because my Firefox doesn't seem to be able to handle it. So, but yeah, Eric Burns uses one all the time for his students.
Marcus, do you get pictures of the Mikey Smith quality with that?
They're considerably better than Mikey Smith quality.
You know, it always bugs me with these guys. Then there's TikTok guys. This one guy is like pointing these out of focus pictures, like there's a dog face in them, and
yeah, and to Mikey's credit, I mean, I have to say this: of late, his astro photography has improved to the point where you can kind of tell what he's trying to take a picture of. But of course, his interpretation of what's going on is like complete nonsense. But I will say that his technique has slowly improved, and I believe that he's actually doing processing on the images. So his whole position of, you know, astrophotography is fake because it involves computers, you know, complete nonsense, complete, yeah, just he's now actually doing processing on his images.
Mikey,
these guys ever realize that if you take a out of focus picture of a street light, it's going to look the same way?
who does
exactly.
processing?
Mikey.
How does he takes it on his phone?
Well, okay, so there's a few things. There's a few things about that. First, there is, if you go into the Fliff Wiki on Mikey's page and you scroll down, Globes Galore found a blog by the person who develops the software for Android, and it goes through the pipeline of how images are taken on the phone. And there's a whole, like I said, pipeline of what goes on. And let me pull it up here. So the first thing that happens is it detects hot pixels. So on a sensor, sometimes pixels die, and it will detect that and erase them, right? So if a pixel is showing up as totally on, it says, nope, that's a mistake. And then it will debear the image, which is a way of getting color from the bare grid, whatever you want to call it. And then it does noise reduction. And noise reduction is often done by AI. So Mikey may be taking AI pictures with his phone. There's also, because the phone lenses are so small, there's oftentimes a lot of vignetting. So it has to get rid of the vignetting, so it photoshops that out. There's geometric correction to get rid of the lens distortion, once again, because the lenses are so small. There's color white balance correction, tone curve adjustments, edge enhancements, and then, of course, it saves it as a JPEG, which is a lossy compression format.
And the color space of JPEG isn't super awesome either.
No, so one of the tricks of JPEG is they realized that human vision can see luminance much more clearly than chroma. So it reduces the chroma and then keeps the luminance, the black and white parts of the image, so that it can save on space, essentially.
Amazing.
And I also have a correction to make. It turns out, and thank you for the chat for pointing this out. I want to get this is Big Fish. Big Fish points out that opposed is actually a word. I stand corrected. It totally is. I looked it up in the dictionary. It is totally a word. It means to place side by side, to juxtapose. Okay, there you go. Thank you for correcting me.
I was going to say that as well. Although the context I know it in was, do you remember that Kinsey report back in the 60s about human sexuality? I don't know if any of you remember that. Anyway, there was this whole chapter on genital apposition. So there you go.
Thank you. In the future, if I make a mistake on a stream or anywhere, please tell me right away. I don't like making mistakes and going uncorrected. Please tell me, because I love being corrected. Because when I get corrected, I learn something new. So thank you.
Yeah.
Opposed is actually a word.
I totally get it. Yeah.
Well, that's the difference between you and Globes Galore. Globes Galore knew that already.
Oh yeah, Globes Galore is a genius.
I don't know how they
never makes a mistake.
There's not enough hours in a day for. I'm amazed that Globes Globes Gore does all that work. I mean, it's amazing.
I know. She's my idol. Absolutely.
You know, maybe McFlatty, maybe his Papa Flurf is Mikey Smith.
Oh, you know what? I just realized that Globes Galore is the greatest of all time, the GOAT, because I said so.
Oh, there you
Right.
go.
Speaking of McFlatty, did he make his way back from Antarctica? Mike?
Last I heard, he's still working in a truck stop in Iowa. But look at this. There is no Flurf Wiki page for McFlatty. What is going on, people? What is going on?
People are lazy.
Man,
People are lazy.
I mean, somebody could then put Mikey Smith as his Papa Flurf. All right. Well, I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna keep it a short one. I'll have something coming up on Tuesday. I need to get back on the EA Discord server, Earth Awakenings. Gio's always happy to have me on there. I just need a reason. I just need a topic. If anybody knows a good topic that I should go talk to them there, that'll really get them talking. Because a lot of the time they just shut up. That's not very fun, right? We want to hear them, yapping. So let me know what you think. But we do want a little bit of an outro for Mikey Smith, because the SpaghettiOs are so good. He loves them so much. Montages. Where'd it go? There it is. Mikey Smith. All right, everybody. Thank you to Astro Kate, Joe Whip, Marcus Leach for joining. We had a real lawyer, though, not a Canadian lawyer. Appreciate that. And then a ChatGPT lawyer. And a real Canadian. So basically, we were covered. So we're good. All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Enjoy your SpaghettiOs.
Yes, it is kind of interesting. SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs. Sold out tonight or this afternoon. Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes. SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs. I do the research and the experiments. Here's my little character. Celery. Celery. Bum. La. La. Tip me over and hear me shout. Three little pigs. Blah, blah, blah. Ramble. Flattest highway in North America. SpaghettiOs. SpaghettiOs. That's kind of weird. Hopefully Cheese Whiz is on sale.